I'm going to tell you about the time that I had to pay for Mel Gibson's meal. Would anyone like to hear that? Haven't got time at the moment. Now, in the meantime, what I'd like to do in a moment is I want to say good morning to you and I want you to reply to me, but I don't want you to reply to me like you're in Lavington Library and you just met someone that you owe money to. I want you to reply to me like you're at a Taylor Swift concert. Okay, so just imagine that for a minute, you're at a Taylor Swift concert. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Bloody hell, that was good, very good. Well, as you can see, I was the general manager of Regent Cinemas for 16 years, and then my boss got sick of me and he phoned his partners in Melbourne and said, look, for God's sakes, offer this guy a job and get him out of my hair, and they did. And I was down there for 5 years, and until he realised that he'd made a dreadful mistake. And he phoned his partners again and said, look, for God's sakes, give him a redundancy package and get him back up here. So I did, and then I spent another 16 years. So that was terrific. We're going to have a look at a few things today, and one of the things we're looking at, as soon as I find myself, there he is we'll be looking at the 70s movies, and we're also going to look at the 70s movie experience. Now, I'm hoping that today I might reignite a few old memories for you and maybe spark your interest in the movie business again. So we'll start off by counting down the top 7. And before we do, I think I might just do another little exercise. I think I'll just get you to close your eyes for 30 seconds. I want you to think about the first movie you ever saw. Just close your eyes for 30 seconds. The first movie you ever saw. Who took you to that movie? And whereabouts was that movie?
Where it was shown, or where?
Yeah, where it was shown, where the cinema was shown. So where was it shown? So what was the movie? Who took you to the movie and where it was shown? I'm going to come out and ask a few people. This gentleman looks interesting.
The first movie I saw was, I was about 8 or 9, I think. It was Lassie Come Home in a little theatre that wasn't much more than a tin shed halfway between Mackay and Proserpine in Queensland.
Excellent, excellent, thank you. Anyone else like to share with us? If you don't want to share with us, I'm going to make you share with us. Anyone like to share? Well, we're going to share what movie is the first one that you can remember. Can I ask you, madam?
Oh, I remember going to the Odeon Theatre. I cannot remember what film I saw.
Where's the Odeon?
Odeon's between Mildura and Bendigo.
I thought I was mixed up there with the Odeon. I've got a lady down here that looks interested. So just tell me, what's your first memory of the movie that you went to?
Well, I know I went to some when I was younger, but the first one I remember was an Elvis Presley movie at the Regent Theatre in Aubrey.
Oh, okay, well, okay, that's excellent. You might be one of the youngest people here. I remember the first movie I saw was a movie called Miracle of the White Stallions. I'm pretty sure we saw it at a drive-in. My parents took me to it. It came out in 1963, so I was only 7 years of age. And then at 10 years of age, I used to take me to Melbourne to see cartoons starring Charlton Heston. And then only about 4 years later, I was old enough in those days to go into the city by myself, and I would go to an 11 o'clock session, 2 o'clock session, a 5 o'clock session, and an 8 o'clock session, and come home at about 11 o'clock at night. So I loved the movies, and about 3 or 4 years after that, when I went to college, I lived in the southern suburbs of Melbourne, and I had to go over to the northern suburbs